Deep in the heart of Moscow, two powerhouse negotiators, Steve Witkoff and Jared Kushner, sit across from Vladimir Putin for nearly 5 grueling hours. The goal? End the brutal war in Ukraine once and for all. But as the clock ticks past 5 hours, a Kremlin aide drops the bomb: no deal. That's the explosive headline ripping through global news right now on December 2nd, 2025. Welcome to your daily dive into geopolitics, where President Donald Trump's bold America First moves are shaking the world. Today, we're unpacking the failed Putin summit, a controversial Venezuela strike scandal, Trump's defiant pardon of a drug lord president, and a cabinet meeting that had everyone talking. Buckle up, this is the news you won't get spoon-fed elsewhere. Hit that like button if you're ready for unfiltered truth, subscribe for daily updates on global hotspots, and drop a comment. Can Trump broker peace in Ukraine? Let's dive in. Steve Witkoff, Trump's special envoy, and Jared Kushner jetted into Moscow for what Kremlin spokesman Dmitry Peskov called an open-ended showdown with Putin and his top aides like Yuri Ushakov. These talks kicked off amid Trump's aggressive push for a ceasefire, building on earlier secret Miami huddles where Witkoff and Kushner hashed out peace plans with Russian envoy Kirill Dmitriev, plans that even caught some U.S. officials off guard. Trump himself has been vocal, warning of very severe consequences if Putin doesn't play ball, while dangling economic carrots like eased sanctions and resource deals. But after 5 hours, zero consensus. Putin, fresh off rejecting unconditional ceasefires and demanding Ukraine cede annexed regions like Donbass, walked away empty-handed. This isn't just a diplomatic fizzle, it's a gut punch to Trump's peace through strength mantra. Remember, these talks stem from high-profile Trump-Putin summits teased in Budapest and even Anchorage earlier this year, where Ukraine's Zelensky demanded a seat at the table. Zelensky called any US-Russia bilateral chat Putin's personal victory, insisting on trilateral talks. Now, with no breakthrough, Ukraine faces escalated Russian attacks, while Trump faces heat from allies questioning his cozy Putin ties he boasts give him a negotiation edge. Expect Witkoff back in Moscow soon, per Russian state media, but whispers of leaked calls where Witkoff coached Russian officials on winning Trump over add fuel to the fire. Is this the end of Trump's Ukraine quick-fix dream? Or just round one in a longer chess game? The stakes: Europe's stability, NATO's resolve, and whether billions in US aid continue flowing. Think this doesn't affect you? Wrong. A stalled Ukraine deal means higher energy prices as Russian gas games continue, and prolonged war risks dragging in more US dollars, exactly what Trump's fighting against. EU foreign ministers are scrambling, stressing any deal must include Kiev. Trump's team insists progress is possible, but Putin's hardline stance, no concessions without territorial wins, leaves the world on edge. Stay tuned, tomorrow could bring Oval Office bombshells. Fast forward to the high seas off Venezuela. US forces unleash a second strike on a suspected drug vessel, part of Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth's narco-terrorist crusade. This follows a September hit and marks the 4th since Trump took office, killing 21 total, all labeled cartel thugs funneling cocaine to American streets. Hegseth boasts unequivocal intelligence tying the boats to Tren de Aragua gangs, now US-designated terrorists, with drone footage showing boats exploding mid-flight. But here's the twist. In a Washington presser, Trump claims he and Hegseth knew nothing about this latest September strike. Bipartisan lawmakers are howling. Senate Majority Leader John Thune dodges confidence questions on Hegseth, pivoting to America's safer under Trump. This isn't random. It's Trump's hammer on Venezuela's Maduro regime, amid military buildups in the Caribbean and nationwide immigration crackdowns. French Quarter in New Orleans. Eerily quiet with extra feds near immigration courts, Latino businesses shuttered in fear of 250 Border Patrol agents rolling in. Prosecutors say these boats moved 400 tons of coke, but critics slam the strikes as legally shaky self-defense in international waters. Trump's response: double down on peace through strength, with Hegseth vowing more hits until threats stop. Tennessee's special election win for Republican Matt Van Epps boosts GOP morale, but Dems claim overperformance in red turf. Connect the dots: drugs from Venezuela fuel US border chaos, Trump's hitting back hard. Love it or hate it, these ops signal no mercy for cartels masquerading as terrorists. But with Thune's committee probing and zero evidence released, questions swirl: cover-up or legit intel? Your street safer? Data says cocaine seizures are up, but at what cost to US credibility abroad? In a move sparking bipartisan fury, Trump grants a full and complete pardon to ex-Honduran President Juan Orlando Hernández, convicted of smuggling tons of cocaine and machine gun possession, slapped with 45 years and $8 million fine. Trump calls it a Biden witch hunt, claiming Hondurans begged for it and downplaying a Prez caught with drugs. Prosecutors painted Hernández as a cartel puppet, taking millions in bribes for safe passage of 400-plus tons of coke to U.S. streets during his rule. His lawyer cheers a triumphant return to Honduras, tying it to ally Nosrias Führer's rise. Lawmakers from both sides blast it, undermining U.S. drug war cred while Hernandez denies everything. Trump's logic. Presidents shouldn't rot for some drugs, echoing his border hawk stance. But optics. Disaster, especially amid Venezuela strikes. Honduras erupts in cheers from allies, but U.S. prosecutors fume over erased Justice. Tuesday's White House cabinet marathon, 2+ hours, saw Secretary of State Marco Rubio gush over Trump's transformational foreign policy. Trump. Slouched, eyes shut, perking up only at a college football quip. Commerce's Howard Lutnick and Labor's Lori Chavez de Rima poured passion. Trump glanced at papers, seemingly checked out. Spock's Caroline Leavitt spins it, attentively running the meeting to showcase mega wins. This post-New York Times age jab, where Trump touts his perfect physical exam, no agenda leaks, but post-Venezuela emergency huddles, expect Ukraine, drugs, borders dominating. Rubio last up, Trump muted amid laughs. Critics pounce on endurance, Trump fires back at reporter looks. Historic? Or distraction from real crises, from Putin's cold shoulder to pardons shaking Latin America, Trump's remaking geopolitics at warp speed. Ukraine hangs in balance, Venezuela burns, cabinet cheers amid snoozes. America first means tough calls, but at what price? Drop comments, Team Trump or trouble? Smash like, subscribe, bell on for tomorrow's update. Sources in description. Stay vigilant, patriots, geopolitics never sleeps.